Hey, this is Ralph, and in this video I want to try to use PowerPoint 365, the online version, in order to complete a SAM project. And if you're watching this video, that must mean it worked somewhat, because I'm probably not going to put it out if it was a train wreck. So let's see, I'm logged into SAM right now, and I'm in the section, and I'm looking for an assignment. Let's see, it's Thursday, and this assignment's going to be due in a few days. Let's see, so I'm looking at assignment 4, and there's PowerPoint projects, and there's 1, 2, 3 of them to complete. I guess I will pick on, I guess I'll start off with number 1 here. Let's see how that one works. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. I'm going to start it. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to download the instruction file, which is a Word document, of course. That's what it tends to be. And I'll just go ahead and save that to my desktop. That's fine. And in fact, I can even go ahead and open that. And enable editing is fine. And I'll just kind of minimize that for now. Now I'm going to, I'll download the support file, which is an image. And I'll save that to my desktop. That's cool. I'm not going to worry about that. It's just an image. It looks like a JPG file. And now I'm going to save this PowerPoint. I'm going to save it though. I'll save it to my desktop still. I'm going to save it with a number 2 for the file name, because that's typically what we do there. Okay, got that. Now, I'm not going to open it right away though, because if I were to open this file, it would try to launch it with my installed PowerPoint program. Instead, I'm going to jump over to my other browser, which I've already got open here, and I'm already logged into my student webmail account. And of course, that's where, like I could be on my Outlook and stuff like that. But I've jumped over to PowerPoint, and I'd like to be able to upload this PowerPoint file. So let's see. I'm looking around. There's an upload option down here. Upload and open. I think that's what I want to do, because I want to upload this local PowerPoint file to the web, basically, to my Office 365 account, and open it there. So let me click that. I'm going to browse around. I'm going to head over to my desktop. There's that file that I want that's got the number 2 in the file name. Okay, it's uploading. It takes always a little bit longer. Cool. Now, I'm not expecting this to be perfect, because certainly the web-based version doesn't have the same features as the local version of Office. However, if this gets us even close, I'll be pretty darn impressed, and maybe that's a direction that CIS 120 can go in the future, because then it won't really matter so much who's got Macs or who's got Chromebooks, and we won't even really rely on the installed version of the software, and we can use the web-based version of the software. Once again, probably not good for more serious involvement. So if you were doing 125E Excel, I'm quite certain that the web-based version of Excel wouldn't suffice. But let's see what we can do here. Okay, so clearly I have the PowerPoint open. Looks like the file name is doing good. It's not renamed or anything like that. So now I just need to have those directions handy. Okay, so there are my directions. Let's see. I am going to pop those. I know they're going to be really tiny over there. Let me take my browser and shift that there. Make that a little bit taller. Excuse me. I'm going to zoom out on that. I know you won't be able to see those directions very clearly. And make them a little bit wider. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Cool, so I've got my PowerPoint, my web-based PowerPoint. Remember, right now I'm working in my web browser. I'm using, by the way, I'm using the Edge browser, which is a Microsoft browser. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any evidence to back this up. But because obviously Microsoft Office is a Microsoft product, and because Microsoft Edge is a Microsoft product, I feel like if I really want to be able to use all of the features of the web-based Office 365, I feel like my best shot is using the Microsoft browser. But I don't know why I think that. And maybe, I think in the past, I remember years ago that I'd get slightly different, reactions from Microsoft browsers versus like Firefox. But anyway, so I am using the Edge browser. Okay, I've already done the file name stuff. I'm looking over the directions. I feel pretty good about that, so no big deal there. So in fact, I'll just go ahead and select all of this, go to my font drop down and strike it out. Okay, so let's see. You are helping Silver River's Chief Engagement Specialist, that's a title, create a presentation for soft skills workforce training. Okay. Start by formatting the presentation as follows. Change the theme color to orange to match company branding. Okay, here's our first real test. Okay, so I've got the PowerPoint open. I'm supposed to change the theme color to orange. Let's see, I'm going to look on the design ribbon. Yeah, and see, already I don't have theme colors. Let's click on this drop down. That's a variant. That's probably not exactly what they're asking for, but I'm going to try it anyway. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to give that a shot, and I'm going to close that little designer tab that opened up. Okay, so I'm going to say that's cool. On slide 1, Silver River Career Consultants. Okay, I'm on slide 1. Resize the picture to 1333 wide. Am I seeing everything? Yep, seeing everything there. So that it covers the entire width of the slide. Okay, so I'm going to click on the picture. In fact, I'm going to double click the picture because that's what I would do in a client version, but that doesn't seem to do anything necessarily, double clicking on that picture. So let me make sure I'm in my picture ribbon. Okay, there's the width, 9.67. I'm going to click on that and type in 13.33. I'll just press my enter key. Cool. So resize the picture so that it covers the entire width of the slide. Okay, cool. So it looks like it's doing that perfectly. So it's going past that orange part and the width of my slide. Yeah, that looks like it's doing the thing. So clearly that should be something that the web-based PowerPoint should be able to handle. On slide 2, let me jump over to slide 2. Edit the bulleted list as follows. Bold the words hard skills and soft skills. Okay, so let's see, I'm going to select hard skills and then bold. It's pretty easy. And then I'll select the words soft skills and bold. Change the font size of the words hard skills and soft skills to 24 point. All right, I can handle that. I'll change that to 24. Reselect hard skills. Notice I have to select the text specifically. I just can't click on the border here because that would change everything. And I'll change that to 24. All right, that seems pretty straightforward. Delete the unnecessary text for specific job. Okay, so I'll select that text and I'll just do a backspace. Ooh, I don't know if I should have done that. So let me Control Z to undo. So let me do it this way. I'll hit my delete key. There we go. Still keep those 2 bullets. All right, I feel pretty good about slide 2, or for step 2. So changing the theme color to orange is the only one I'm a little bit nervous about. But otherwise I'm feeling pretty good. So let me select these on the directions and strike them out. Okay, step number 3, 333. There it goes. Oh, that's not what I wanted. With slide 2 still open, back to slide 2. Enter the text. Ask audience for examples. Let's make sure I can see all of those directions. Ask audience for examples, comma, write on flip chart into the notes pane. Now on this web-based version, the notes pane isn't instantly obvious to me. So I don't just see it somewhere. Whereas on my client version, the notes pane is right down there at the bottom. So let's see what I can do here. I'm going to jump over to view real quick. And under normal view, it indicates I might see it. So there it is. So it was down there. It was just hidden from me. But if I put my cursor all the way at the very bottom, I get that little sizing arrow, I can drag this up so I can see the notes pane down there. Cool. So let me type this exactly, because if I mistype it, it will count as wrong. Ask audience, for examples, comma, right on flip chart, period. I'm going to include the period because it looks like the period in the directions is bold, so I think they want me to include that. Let me just double check down here. Ask audience for examples, plural, comma, space, right on flip chart. All right, feel good about that. On slide 3, let's jump over to slide 3. Italicize the text soft skills to emphasize it. Okay, there's the text soft skills. And I'll select that. And then back on the home ribbon. Now I don't see italics on here, but I can go to more font options and there's italic right there. My browser window is shrunk up a little bit, so sometimes you don't see all of the options. So you may have seen that on yours if you're following along with me. All right. Cool. Okay, here we go. Insert a new slide 4 using the section header layout. Okay, so slide 3 is active. I'm going to click on new slide using the section header layout. Does it give me that? Ooh, it does. There's section header. And then I'll click Add Slide. So when you have a slide active, the new slide will go right after that. And then enter and format the text to focus the audience's attention as follows. Enter communication as the title. So I'm just going to click right over here, communication, and then enter increases productivity, increases productivity as the subtitle, underline the words increases productivity. So I'm going to select that, and I don't see underline as an option, so I do the more font, and there's underline, and I'll just click away or deselect. All right, I'm feeling pretty good about those. So let me cross these off. Oops, I don't want to go too far there. Font and strike out. Okay. Oh, there's really not too much to this first one here, so I think I'm almost done. Good. I'm really curious about what kind of grade I'm going to get on this. So let's see. On slide 5, why it matters, modify the bulleted list as follows. Increase the indent of 19% succeed. Okay, so I'm going to go right into 19%. Now, if I was using the client version, I might just press my tab key. Let's see what happens if I press my tab. Could work. Let me do a shift tab and put it back. So tab and shift tab are good for indenting or promoting. It's called demoting or promoting a bullet. Let's see. Increase the indent of 19% by 1 level. So I think tab is going to work out pretty well. Let's see if there's an option up here in the ribbon. I think it's right here. So it says indent, but I think this is the same thing. This is increase list level or decrease list level. So notice my insertion point, by the way, is right in front of that 19% succeed. That's where it's supposed to be, I'm sure. And then if I do this increase list level, that's the same thing as pressing the tab key, and I think that's the same thing as increasing the indent. There could be a separate button for that though. But I'm going to go with that. Decrease the indent of the 26% cannot accept. So I put my insertion point right at that 26%. In theory, I should be able to press Shift Tab, and that promotes it to a primary bullet. Okay, I'm going to do that. Select all of the text in the placeholder. That's usually where I click the border of the placeholder. That selects everything. And then change the font color to orange accent 1, darker 25%. This is where I'm pretty sure the web-based version can't handle that specificity. So let's find out. So I've got everything selected, and I'm going to change it to orange. So let's see. I'm on the home ribbon. That should be okay. There's my font color tool. Ooh, it does have a lot of colors. I want orange, accent 1, darker 25%. Now it says 5th column, 5th row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Orange, accent, darker 25%. Oh my gosh, this might work. I'm going to click that. I think that's the right color. However, I didn't see the things change. So it looks like clicking the border on the web-based version may not be doing what I was hoping. So let me select all of the text manually and try this again. Orange accent 1, darker 25%. Click that. Now I can see all those font colors have changed. Click away. All right. Wow, that's pretty neat. Hint, before completing step 11, the color displays as orange. After completing step 11, the color displays as blue. Oh, maybe it must be referring obviously to a later step where I have to do something. Oh, I'm changing the theme, so okay. So at some point it's going to switch to something else. All right, I can handle that. But otherwise, I'm feeling pretty good about this. So let me go ahead and strike that out. On slide 6, what is slide 6? What is emotional intelligence? Change the slide layout to picture with caption. Okay, so normally what I would do here is I would right click on a blank area of the slide and I'd go to layout, picture with caption. Ooh, there it is, picture with caption, change layout. All right. To adjust the readability. All right, cool. On slide 7, let me jump to slide 7. Forecast success, that's the right one. Balance the visual elements in the slide as follows. Apply bullets to the paragraph in the middle content placeholder. All right, so I'm going to, once again, I'm going to just try clicking on the border. It doesn't seem to have the same impact here, and just choose a bullet. Nah, yeah. I'll Control Z. I guess I need to select all of the text. Ooh, I see a spelling error, so it's probably going to have me correct that at some later step. Now go to bullets. Cool. Got that. Use the right content placeholder to insert that JPG. All right, cool. So I'm gonna. Now one of the little buttons on here is for a picture. Might be this one right here. So give me a little screen tip. I'm gonna click it anyway. Choose files. I'm gonna go to my desktop. It's weird that it's not showing up because I know I saved that JPG there, right? Cancel. Yeah, it's insert picture, choose file. I'm almost certain I saved it on the oh, now things are showing up. Who knew? All right, that's the one it wants. Double click it. Insert. Okay. Resize the picture to 3 inches tall. Okay, so I'm going to go to my picture ribbon, go to the height. Oh, let me just do the down arrow here this time, and I'll just resize it 3 inches tall. Okay, move slide 7 to become the last slide in the presentation, slide 8. So if I'm looking over at my thumbnails, I can just click on slide 7, drag it down. It reminds me of that movie, Lucky Number 11, which is a pretty good movie. All right, that's good. Number 10, check the spelling in the presentation. So I'm going to go to the review ribbon, ABC check. No issues were found in that slide, but I need to check the whole presentation. So let me, oh, it's on check slide. Let me click that drop down. How do I check the whole presentation? Let's see. Check the spelling in the presentation to identify and correct any spelling errors. I know there's a spelling error because I can see it right there. How come it wasn't coming up? Let's try this again. ABC check. That's mysterious. What's up with that? No issues were found. That doesn't seem quite right. So I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong. It looks like I'm clicking the button Now it does say it's checking the slide, not checking the whole presentation, but it's definitely saying there's no issues found, and clearly there's a spelling error on that slide. Interesting. I'm going to right click on that word. I'm going to correct it this way to solving. I'm just going to do a really quick, I'm just going to click on my slides. I'm going to use my page down button on my keyboard, and I'm just going to kind of just jump through these slides and see if any red underline jumps out at me. Yeah, so we got some stuff here, it looks like. Ooh, I'm going to try check slide again, see if that does any different. What's up with that? Edit, editor preview. Alright, well let me just check, correct them this way. Important, culture fit. Alright, let's hit page down again. Okay, I think that takes care of that. That's a bummer. Yeah, see, when PowerPoint finds multiple instances of a misspelled word, accept all instances of the suggested. Yeah, so something's not working quite right there. Let's see, when PowerPoint suggests spelling change from one word to two words, ignore the suggested spelling change. So I wasn't supposed to correct culture fit to two words. So let me delete that space. And so culture fit is going to be one word. When PowerPoint finds a single instance of a misspelled word, accept the instance of the... All right, yeah. Well, I think I did it okay, but I'm not feeling as confident. So let me select all those, though, and strike them out. Last but not least, you decide to send the presentation to Silver Ring's marketing department to review the branding. Change the theme to Office to simplify the design elements. All right, so I'm going to go back to Design. I'm going to click on this drop down. Is one of these called Office? No. Oh, maybe it's this drop down up here. Here we go. These are the themes over here. Okay, so the first one looks like it's called Office. Click that. Now it's going to change a bunch of stuff. It's changing all that text blue. So that's why that earlier step was there. In Slide Sorter View, let's go to Slide Sorter View. Okay, so the view options are where they are as normal. Your presentation should look like the final figure on the following page. I'm just going to kind of glance at this real quick, and it looks pretty, yeah, it looks the same to me. Nothing jumping out at me anyway. Okay, and then I submit it back in SAM. All right, so before I can do that, I definitely need to save. Now, in theory, these web-based programs, they're always saving, so that should be okay there. Everything is saved. However, I do want to get this file back local on my own machine so that I can upload into SAM. You can't just upload a hyperlink into SAM. So I'm going to click on the drop down for saved, and yep, file name is good. I'm happy with that. Now see, the location is in my Ralph.Phillips. That's my OneDrive account, my student account, so that's definitely online. So I don't know if I can click that. I'm not going to click that. That's probably where I could change the folder for the online. So I think I'm okay with that. However, I'm going to jump over to File. Ooh, there's a download as. That's probably what I want. So I'm going to download as. I'm going to download a copy. Everything is kind of faded out on me. Let's see. Let me trace. Okay, they're doing that. Download sounds good. I do want to download a copy to my computer, but it's not letting me do that. So let's see. Let me just click this save option. It's always saving. That should be okay. So back to normal view. Anything I need to do here? Oh, now maybe I needed to be in normal view? Does that make sense? So download as, I'm going to download a copy. I click that. Your presentation is ready. Download. Okay, now it just downloaded. I can see that in my browser. Where did it download? I'm going to click on the little ellipsis down here, and I'm going to show in folder. Okay, so it looks like it saved it to my desktop, which is my default storage location for downloads. But you notice the file name, it gave it a different file name, so that's important to realize. So you can see on here that because I already had a file with that exact same name on my desktop, it modified it and put the little parentheses 1. That's going to be an issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the original file with the number 2 on it, and I'm going to delete it and get rid of it, because this is the one that in theory I've corrected. Now that I've got that, I'm going to press my F2 key to rename that, and I'm just going to very carefully get rid of the parentheses in the 1 and the little space there. I'm going to press enter. So I think that this file now has the proper file name that Sam wants. Excellent. Alright, so I'm just going to close that window view. Go back to my Brave browser, back over here, and I'm going to continue. And now I'm going to upload. I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to sort. Actually, let's do this. I'm going to change my view to details, and I'm going to sort by date modified. Oh, there it was right there. So here's my file, 128 at 10:05 a.m. It's now 10:06, so I know that that's the fresh file. I'm going to double click it. Cool, I'm getting an initial green check, so I think that might mean the file name is okay. Let me hit submit. Alright, I'm going to go right to the graded summary report, which is a PowerPoint. I'm going to save that, open it up. Let's see what kind of score I get using the online version. Let me hit enable editing. So it shows me some presentation stuff. I need to go all the way to the last slide. Hey, look at that, 100 out of 100. Not bad at all. So completely using the online version of PowerPoint, I was still able to get 100 out of 100 on that one. Now that doesn't mean it would have worked as well for maybe the other PowerPoint projects, but I'm feeling pretty darn optimistic. So I might encourage a few folks that have been using Macs, and I know there's one student that has a Chromebook that's been used going into the lab to do stuff. Don't forget about that web-based version of PowerPoint. That's a pretty interesting way to go about this. So thanks for hanging out with me. Talk to you later.